How far up?
Pretty much.
Thank you
Det var
very much.
det. There you go, Eugenia. Good luck. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, and the map over the road. You're so good to go.
Right now.
Yeah.
Bye, thank you very much.
Y ustedes pueden ir a...
Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Provecho.
Kan je dan?
Me duelen las piernas.
Og jeg vil med. Jeg ved ikke, hvor meget tid jeg får i dag. Nej, men ved du hvad, jeg er heller ikke så bestemt.
This is my second breakfast. Really happy now for tomorrow.
Det var det ene til.
Blue dew, blue moon, kinda mysterious, shaded with someone I'm not really into. Do you need to fix it? It's hard to see you when your eyes look dull. Who's gonna save you? Who's gonna make you not blue?
Who's Captain Pepe?
Not blue.
We're waiting to get instructions on how to
Blue
drive this kind of thing.
Any dramas, give me a call on the rhythm.
that
Yeah, I will.
Okay. I will try not to, but yes.
so away, jaded, but let's not talk about you. Your cloud is on
Y están con el callo de tiramos el gato.
rerun. Are you hound dog tired singing all night long?
Ella.
Who's gonna save you? Who's gonna make you not blue? Not blue.
Entendido que esto es muy lento, Te tienes que esperar,
These months, I have been working behind the scenes in a project that I'm really excited to finally share with you all, my farm-to-table cookbook. Many of you know that I spend a lot of time in the kitchen, because as a doctor, I learned the importance that food plays in our overall health and well-being. Food can be our medicine. It nourishes not only our bodies, but our souls. And I wanted my cookbook to be a representation of that. Beautifully created dishes made with nutritive and nourishing vegetables, fruits and whole foods. With a collection of over 40 recipes, I divided it in 3 categories: drinks, baked goods, and whole meals. Since I'm allergic to gluten and intolerant to dairy, all my recipes are naturally gluten-free and dairy-free. And all of this has been possible thanks to Squarespace, which allowed me to launch my first website, an online store, back in 2014, and has allowed me to launch my second one as well. Squarespace is an amazing platform for building your brand and growing your business online. They help you to stand out with a beautiful website, which I easily created in less than a week. With their fluid engine, you can easily customize your website with the new drag-and-drop technology from your desktop or mobile. Their service offers many different features, such as selling physical and digital goods, blogging tools, mailing lists, member areas, or the ability to link any social media platform to your webpage, so you can share your beautiful creations with the rest of the world. If you're interested in effortlessly creating your own blog or website, go to squarespace.com/Eugenia Diaz for a free trial and a 10% off your first order of a website or domain. I will leave all the links in the description box. I look forward to seeing you sharing your unique talents with the rest of the world, so we can support one another and grow as a community.
¿Se puede tocar?
Qué cabrón.
Porque esto es súper estresante.
Remember to stretch your legs.